So there you see Mr. White standing in front of me, aka my Honda Highness CB350. I had removed the seat, I had taken off the panel. Now this is the Mad Dog Scout. You could see there are 3 LEDs, and Scout X you will find 4. And this is the Roots Vibrosonic horn. Yeah. So there is an uniformity in the way the light and the horn is installed. This is something which I'm very concerned about when I'm installing any accessory in the motorcycle, that it should look uniform. Same goes for the horn. Earlier, when I had installed the Roots Vibrosonic, I had installed these Roots horn over here with the clamp, which were completely protruding out in the motorcycle, and anywhere the motorcycle used to go, horn used to grab the attention more than the motorcycle. So that is something which somehow I did not like. I liked the sound of the horn, but I didn't like the look. So that's why eventually I went back to stock. So then I started researching how to tuck in the horn in a way, install it in a way so that it is not that much visible. So installing it with these clamps. These are the 8JG clamps available in the market, cost around 350 rupees. The only modification which I had to do is, as you see, this is also the 8JG clamp. There are 2 rubber bushes inside, but you would find only one in this one. The other one does not have the bush because this is thinner. This particular pipe is thinner than this one. Both the rubber bushings would not accommodate. That solved the issue and it got installed seamlessly. If you see it from a distance, it's looking like stock. It's not looking as, modified. So that is one thing which I always have in my mind whenever I go for upgradation or whenever I go for adding an accessory in the motorcycle, that it should look good in the motorcycle. That's number one. Number 2, how the wiring is done. I had the Mad Dog wiring harness installed in the motorcycle, and also for the horn I bought the Vishnu horn wiring and installed it in the motorcycle. But I had to modify the Vishnu wiring harness a little bit to absolutely sync in with the motorcycle. The quality of cables, they use Phenolux cables, and the quality of materials used were too good. Somehow it looked like it was made for cars. It would go with cars more than it would go with motorcycles. As I said, in motorcycle you have got very less space to tuck in all the wires properly. In a car, that is not a problem. So that's why I had to modify it a little bit. I had to, I had to cut off their wire from a particular junction, and then I had to put in my own wire. And before that, if you see over here, the Roots horn, these cables are not provided by Vishnu. I had these wires installed separately, and they are going from underneath over here. Okay, there's a cable tie over here, and from underneath it's going over here. Similarly, it's coming from that side as well, from the other horn, and over here there's a joint. The negative and the positive from the horn, they get joined over here, and everything is completely concealed, completely heat shrinked. As you could see, heat shrinking tube over here. Everything is heat shrinked, so there is no possibility of short circuit or anything. And then they are getting joined, and from here, and then it is running from over here, and from underneath there is a particular screw in the chassis wherein I join one of the cables with the help of a round clip. What is a round clip? I'll show you in a moment. And the other one is running to the wiring harness. So that eliminates the need of running 2 wires from the horn to the battery, to the wiring harness. You could just install one of them as the negative to any of the body, chassis of the motorcycle, and the other one you could just send it to the supplier, power supplier from the wiring harness of the horn. Okay, now this could sound a little bit complicated for newbies, but I'm sure that for people who knows a little bit about all these things, they would understand. Okay, and the stock horn cable of the motorcycle, you won't find it anywhere over here, since I had tucked it in properly inside, and one of the horn positive wires, I had taken it out and given the supply to the Vishnu horn relay. So this is quite technical. You do not need to know this. I just explained you all this since I'm in this particular subject. So the thing which you need to take care of is whenever you install a particular wiring harness in your motorcycle, as I said, number one, it should look neat and tidy. As you could see, everything is cable tied, everything is tight over here, nothing is loose, okay? And the fuse, this is the fuse for the Vaishnu horn relay, and this is the Mad Dog relay. This is the battery, right? So this is the positive, this is the negative, and you would find only one extra positive cable being attached and one negative being attached, extra negative being attached, in spite of two accessories which are completely running in the motorcycle with their own wiring harnesses. So how is that? Now what I did over here, I had connected both the positive of the wiring harness and taken out one single cable which is running from here, okay, again heat shrink properly, to the battery positive. And similarly for the negative also, there are two negatives that go to the battery from each of the wiring harnesses. They are also interconnected over here and running from the inside the heat shrink tube. And if you could see, there is a black cable over here, so it is running from here to the negative. There are two accessories installed in the motorcycle. There are two wiring harnesses over here, but only a pair of extra cables being connected to the battery, and that eliminates the messed up look over here. If I would have not done this, then there would have been two extra positive cables over here apart from the stock, and two extra negative cables over here apart from the stock, which would make it look very messy over here. I don't like that. Whenever you go for installing particular accessory in a motorcycle, you should first research and find out how much amp hour battery is there in your motorcycle. Like in the Highness, the stock battery, or even the one which I had installed from Exide, it is 6 amp hour, okay? And any accessory you install in a motorcycle, the total consumption should not be more than 6 amp hour, or rather better to stay at 5 amp hour max, not more than that. Now there is a catch over here. Pair of auxiliary light, for any light, when we switch on a light, it is continuously on, and it is continuously consuming a particular amperage from the battery. And in case of the Mad Dog Scout, it is 2 amp only collectively, okay, together 1 amp. So 2 amp is being drawn from the battery, which is 6 amp hour continuously when these are on, okay. In case of this horn, they consume 4 amp each. So 4 amp, 8 amp. Now that is more than 6 amp. But the catch over here is, horn is a momentary thing. You should not be, keeping it pressed. That's the wrong way. That's bad for your horn, that's bad for the people around, and that's bad in general. So you should not be doing it. Of course, it's bad for the electrical system and the battery of the motorcycle. So the general way of using a horn is momentary usage, fraction of a second or maybe 1 second at the most. Since it is a momentary consuming battery consuming accessory, you could afford to go up a little bit, go up a notch a little bit, and install a horn which consumes a little bit more than the capacity of the battery. But still, if you want to be on the safer side, you should maintain it, and you should go for a particular pair of horn which consumes less than 6 amp hour. And these lights, they consume 2 amp hour, and the Mad Dog Scout X, they consume 3.2 amp hour, okay. And the Alpha, they consume 5.5 or something, 5.8 amp hour. So all of them are compatible with this battery. Do hit the like button if you have learned anything from this, if you liked this video, and share this video with friends and family. If you are new to this channel, please hit the subscribe button and the bell notification icon beside it. Take care of yourself, guys, and have a very good day ahead. Okay, bye bye.